It works, it's just muffled, yeah.
We'll call the meeting back to order, no decision made in executive session.
Textual corrections, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Yes, I did.
Motion to approve the taxable corrections 20260001013
Through 13.
So it's been moved and seconded to approve taxable corrections 10 through 13. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
These are 8 of the NRC projects that calculated correctly. The remainder, Dawn and I are working with the IC to figure out the calculations errors once again. So we'll go ahead and approve these to get them moved out of the way, and as soon as the IC gets with us and gets the other ones fixed, I'll have those.
Does it have something to do with the percentages?
There's two, commercial ones that were majorly off, and the others, we think, goes back to the school exemption amount and how that's calculated, because they're less than $1, but they're enough that they're not correct, so we've got, we're.
I just noticed that these are all 10-20%.
Yeah. They thought they had, like, CIC always thinks they have a fix, and then it's not quite fixed, so. I think there's 8 there, I think I counted 8.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the National Revitalization Neighborhood Revitalization Program app. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Okay, the one amendment I have to the agenda is to receive agreement for services for DS and WK. There's 2 agreements, if you guys approve it, sign both of them, and one I'll send back to them. And then there's a letter.
Make sure that the amount on there is the same as what was budgeted.
I don't know that.
No, on the DSNW. That is correct. Thank you.
Yep.
That was one of those.
Didn't even
Check the boxes, I forgot to.
Nothing you're good. Yeah, there's. I'll send one to them. A minute. If you had a minute to look over it before today. I would try to let you know ahead of time.
I know, you do good about getting stuff to me as soon as you get it.
No, I got this yesterday in the
I
mail,
did.
and like I said, I added it to the agenda, because if not, it won't be till 2 more weeks, and I think get it taken care of, so I don't use it. Don't think so, no. Yeah, I think that's right.
Move to approve the agreements for service with Western Florida RCMP.
No, that's all been on here, yeah.
Other letters,
Whoa.
That letter.
For development and services.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the development of services for $8,480. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed?
Approve the
That's the
agreement.
letter. No, but that's my copy.
no, that's the same one.
There's 2 agreements, please sign and vote, one's for us to keep and one's for the
What is that thing?
just acknowledging that we paid what you sent there.
Yeah, this one.
Well, I have stuff that I'm sure Eddie was gonna talk about. Do you want me to bring it up now or wait? I don't know, I got. I have not.
Yeah, let's kind of move off on that.
Okay, yep, nope, that's fine.
We can get going then.
Yep, I will go see if she.
Those green bins that are up for sale,
Uh-oh.
it's just
The bins and
national
resolution.
land.
Right. The railroad owns the land.
Thank you, sorry.
That's why the description is as it is. It's not a sale of real estate, it's a legal improvement, here's the map, you'll need to, it is not for real estate.
Sorry, Roger. This is just the interest earned for Q4 of 2025 for each of the accounts. And then the totals on the back for the 85 and change. Interest rates have come down a little bit, but I've got a lot of locked CDs at 5%, so I'm holding strong, so. Yeah, I'm assuming when they unlock later this year, there's 2 in April and 1 in June, 1 in May, so probably lower at that point, but we're good at least until then. And then I have my first conference of the year in Topeka, February 11th through the 13th, so I'll leave on the 10th. We have an office. So that's all I have.
Thank
Yeah. Any questions on that? No? Awesome.
see that?
Okay.
You know, Chris Olson,
Oh, yeah?
he wants to buy. I was looking crazy.
I mean, people need to understand, you know, we're selling those lease improvements, but if there's anything with the railroad or lease agreements or, you know, anything that has to be paid to the railroad, that's completely out of it. I mean, you take, I keep telling people buyer beware, because we're just selling lease improvements, and so,
She said, we can move it. I said, no, you can't.
I mean, that would be a fee.
Yeah, it'd be a couple $100,000, but you're on top of it.
Hi, Hank. Hello.
I don't know what it is.
How are you?
Good, and you? Hello.
Okay.
You're good.
Looks like you got your chemical.
Yes.
Is there really one for record?
Yeah, it's got hand up.
It looked like you bought a light bulb.
Yes. Well, what we did too, we bought two, the week conference, what the state did. But, yeah, they change those trade names every year. Showdown was Roundup, then it went to Masagi, now it's like Star 6 or something, so. You never know what you're gonna get, but. Yeah. I think that came a lot, because of the soybean deal. So they switched the names up. That was big in the news for a long time. We got our state contract, and just approved and your signature on, I guess.
This is for the meeting.
The median and highways, well, I don't know on the medians, the highways. They try to, the guys know them usually do.
This is what the exact same thing.
Yep, same thing we do every year.
We need to vote on it. Or make a motion.
Yes.
It's been moved and seconded. Sign the contract for the Kansas Department of Bureau of Maintenance, county agreement, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
The other side. No, the other side. On the right side. Then our week conference is March 2nd through the 5th, in Topeka, Ramada. Remember that, okay? 2nd through the 5th of March. It's 4:25 to 10. Topeka, Ramada.
I'm fine with it.
The Yamaha Viking is back that we took to OBA. It had an injector out, a wiring harness they replaced, and it was only like $1,094, so we went ahead and fixed it, we've got it back. So, lot better than I thought it might be, the way they were talking. No, it's a gas. Yeah, fuel injected, yeah.
Well, thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
Have a good day.
You too.
You can come on up. How are you?
Pretty good.
on hardware equipment. That was the discs, and then 2 weeks later, we're gonna get the bearings, trying to get them somewhere else and cheaper. We did find some that were quite the right bearings. We were back to RDO, and they actually did knock the price down. We had originally paid $6.3 a bearing, and then knocked it down to $5.45. We get 2 of those.
Hey, did we get the bids on the steel?
It's been a long drawn out from when we had it from the landfill.
Okay.
There was an arrangement, originally they were going to just grab it like they were doing out of the landfill, and then they want to do that, and then they were just doing the roll on. And we got one load left to go. Transfer originally was the only part of it. That's where we're gonna take it anyway. But they kind of changed their mind on that. Bring all the people on the equipment. And do that. Okay, next item, it's just in regards to our last meeting, kind of follow up. The request to designate those roads. The minimum maintenance road. I haven't heard back from Darrell about the example
Okay,
on the resolution.
all right.
I see how it
Reach
reads
out to my people.
But this is just, this is, from Darrell Williams, he's a road engineer, liaison, or resource to go to for questions such as this. I think if he's got. What he is stating, is where we're a county unit road system. We can proceed with this by, we just need to adopt a resolution giving notice of a hearing for consideration of declaration for this road, as minimum maintenance road. And then at one of our next meetings, we could include the public hearing for input on this request. And at that meeting, pardon? This one, 30? Yeah, 30 north of you, and the dead end road, north of the city. And then at that hearing, I guess if there's no opposition and the board thought that we could approve that request at that meeting. And then there would also be the issue with the cattle guard, and I believe, I don't know if we can include that in the same hearing, as far as any input that might want to be brought up with that. And then adopt the resolution, not one from the past, as an example of that. Back in 2021, it's just laying out construction criteria of the cattle guard. So we can go off of path that
I went out and I looked at it and she located me.
right.
And I also talked to the guys at the fire or somebody or something.
At the shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
They seem to be, wasn't a problem for them, less work.
I think we come up with a resolution for the next meeting, is that,
Brad will do my
present
best.
that.
Yeah,
I can reach out to Leslie.
yeah, we'll let you know. They're all about you back to.
On the minimum maintenance.
Right, it's a resolution to declare minimum maintenance road with public hearing. Has to be published.
And then, I hope we can include the, request for the gas line, that kind of hearing. I know Darrell mentioned in his email that, I don't know if we need to use it, but he said the county can then similarly call public hearing to consider allowing the meeting or installation of cattle guard across the road.
Where he put that cattle guard, isn't that right on his own property? Isn't that the end of the road?
No, it'd be across the road, north of this place.
He showed me where it's at, but what I'm saying is where it's at. This is county property and then this is his property, that's where he's gonna put it.
Is that the north-south road? you're talking
Yeah,
about?
down
Well,
by the oil.
he owns both
Yeah,
sides. of the road.
no, I'm talking, when you go north of the road, that's where that oil tank set over here.
Mhm.
Isn't that the county road here, and then the road continues on like that? Isn't that his road? Isn't that his property?
I'm talking the same thing or not.
'Cause I don't think that road belongs to the county once it crosses there, I don't think.
It looks like that. When I was up there,
Yeah.
yeah, there's his place, and he was talking, when I was up there meeting with him, he was wanting to cattle guard across the road down here.
Right,
I think possibly right up here, but I don't know, I put the hand.
yeah,
So this is still county road,
yeah.
all the way up that whole mile.
Where he was talking to me where he wanted to put it clear over here, you know where the oil tanks were at? That's right.
They're, they might even be off the map.
Yeah.
They actually might be right.
Anyway, when the road goes through, then it has those oil tanks or whatever they are, that's where he wanted to put it, he didn't want to put it on Road 30. The cattle guard, he wanted to put it more to the north.
Okay, I'd have to go to the, yeah, is that what the plan is?
Yeah, that's what he told me.
Unless he changed his plan or something, but I think the tank battery is right here, just off, but you can see the curls off here.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that.
yeah, that's what I told
He
him.
was talking about off of the county road, but you think he was telling me.
He told me it's about a mile down the road from 30. It's about, well, maybe not a mile, but where the big tanks are up, it's not for the, he wanted to put it there, so he told me.
Okay. I'll go with it. Well, and maybe he's planning on doing a couple of them. I haven't been out and visited with him in a couple of months, so.
Yeah, 'cause he
Go
told
check with him.
me that's where he wanted to put it.
Okay. I would agree with him anyway, so. I think that's good.
Because that's what I thought that property where he wanted to put it at is his property.
Okay. I clear that up. I guess I'll move on, one last item, for the bridge up on Road BB, off System 51. I believe what we're gonna try to do, and the direction we're gonna go with that is we're gonna add some support to the piles, at least one, if not one or two more. And then we're gonna, apply for the off-system bridge replacement program, try to get that awarded this year. That's actually gonna be sooner, Jordan told me, the deadline for the application is February 20th, so that's much earlier than previous years. I think we ended hopefully we'll know sooner. We'll continue to monitor, the bridge and go from there. If things get worse before we're able to go in and start construction, if you're awarded the program, one thing we can do is close the bridge and install our chute fly early. We'll swap one anyway, if we get awarded this project, we want to chute fly there, so we could go in, we're seeing increasing problems or concerns, we could close it instead of chute fly. That's the direction we're gonna go. And Jordan again thinks we have a pretty good chance of getting awarded. Go that route and see what happens. And then the other program, the KLVIP program, we're gonna attempt to get off by, replaced again. Put that one down, the application for that program, and that's the one that we got going down, going out to California. Hopefully get that, as well. And that'll be good at the same time. And I think that's all. As today. Okay.
You can email me a copy of that resolution on the Valley Board.
Okay, I know
Or
that.
that.
Yeah, I can.
That would be great. Thank you.
Have a good weekend. Come on up.
Hey guys, how are you? I didn't get my voice.
Sick, mainly though, kids finally got cleared of it tonight. Yesterday I couldn't talk. It's similar to people out there to do. That's all right. Yeah, they know that. So we've been, we started this truck project last year and we talked about doing a block grant. We didn't have it last year. The block grant is you have to submit your form by March. It goes into review in March, and then you would know kind of the time frame, June or July, if you qualify for that block grant. So I talked with the lady and we started in on it. And, so this is how, so what we have to do is upon this, for this grant, we have to turn in all the livable houses in Cheyenne County. And then what's on those, so what we're pursuing here is a block grant to get, possibly 2 more trucks. One for Bird City to replace their truck, and then we're pursuing to replace, our Roll 6x6 truck. Is what we're pursuing there. Under this block grant, what we have to do is, since we're doing it as a county-wide, we have Fire District 1, which is St. Francis, and Fire District 2, which is Bird City. What we want to pursue a truck for their district and our district. And county-wide is what it is. So if you read that, per the census of 2020 in Cheyenne County, the population was 2,605 people. So then we went in and found an Excel list of occupied housing units within Cheyenne County. There's 573 occupied housing units in Cheyenne County. Of those 573 houses, 200 of them will be randomly drawn. And then what we have to do is go in and return to on the back, it's an LMI, it's a survey. So we have to go and survey the household. You have that. And what it is we have to go and present this survey to the selected household members. It's all confidential. They fill it out. They have to, we turn it in to this block grant company, and then they will go through it and see if we qualify for this grant, if we can. What we're shooting for right now is we don't know 100% on
what we're looking at is, we estimated 450,000 new. I kinda thought we probably should bump that to 500, just because of, to replace our bigger truck is gonna be, I don't have a true number, but it's gonna be a lot more than replacing one of the, brush trucks, but it's a 20% match if we get approval. And per talking to her, that 20% match, she might even get an extra help from another grant to help possibly match some of those dollars as well. So if we get approved, if we, let's say we bump it to 500 and we got approved, we'd have $100,000, 20% match we would be, participating in at that point. The big thing coming in on and presenting this is, we have to have your guys' approval to go and survey within the county, is what it is. So as that's read, we have to have the signature from the chairman of the Cheyenne County Commissioner saying that we are, in favor of this grant, of the surveying, and want to move forward with it, is what it is. Talking to the lady, she would like, if we're gonna do it, she'd like to have it in so they can, like, you want to have, we have to have it turned in by March 1st. All the surveys, all the information has to be turned in by, really, she was February 25th, so she does time to review it. So, if we can get sent off, she then will present it, we will get a list of the 200 houses that are randomly selected. We go into those houses and present this survey, and like I said, it's all confidential. We hand it to them, and we present what we're there for, why the reasoning is, they fill this out, and we send it in and go from there, is how we pursue it. And it's all based upon, income of, a rough of the county is what it is, for the 200. If you don't get it this year, we can obviously go at the end of the next year. Talking with kind of where we're at, I mean, if you look at the time frame, if we go pursue it, we get approved, that'd be like July. If we can get things kind of in motion to order, you're still talking 18 months before we can get everything. I would believe on trucks or something like that. Making a few calls on a bigger unit, some of the units we're seeing, they're 18 months out of production. Even if we, and that's the other hiccup, is if we get approval for this in July, we have 2 years to complete. And there's no, not 24 months in one day, it's 2 years from approval date, but 2 years completed. If you don't complete it, then it goes wrong. So that's a conversation we're kind of pursuing as well, of what we want to do for sure on a bigger truck. But like I said, if they send the bids out, we have no, we put it together called a wish list, essentially. We want this, they send it in, and then they put out request for bids, is what they do. Another thing we looked into is, could we buy a nice used unit to then put a bed on? And she said no, that just conflicts it, because then at that point you would then have to get bids from multiple used dealerships. She goes, it'll probably make it more of a challenge. She goes, maybe it's going to be the best way to go. So that's kind of that's what we're shooting for. And if you guys, like I said, the big thing is if you are, I guess, on board with us surveying within 200 random houses that are selected, then we pursue that survey.
Does the percentage then have to respond?
They would like that 200 reply.
They like to
Yeah, it used to be you had to do almost, you had to have almost reply from every house. But now narrow it down to 200, because we think about 573 seems hard to get. 2 is still, I believe 2 could be a challenge too, but if they gave us 200, and let's say, and we've already, kind of in our department, I presented to them, I said, if we get approved for this, then everybody has to be on board, and Bird City as well. I mean, because Bird City is tied into this. There could be 75 houses in Bird City district that could be, $125, all just random water approved. So everybody would be on board and have a list, and we present it and try to hit it as fast as we can, as hard as we can, try to get it done in that about 3 weeks time.
So firemen go up and do this.
Yes. like I said, the big thing on that is they send out bids to builders in the state, and whoever comes back to, the bid that fits our request the most, that's what we go. So, like the previous two trucks, we built those how we wanted them from the company, we got bids on price point. This scenario, they do the bidding, and they kind of, whatever price point they come up with is what we go with. It might not be the same brand of trucks we got, but, we're gonna, I guess you say, request the bill to be exactly like what we have coming for overseas, is what it is. So our goal is to replace Bird City's, their white truck, which is a brush truck just like ours. That's our goal, is to replace theirs and then replace our 6x6 that we have here. That's the top end goal. I'll see how it plays out, but that's kind of where we're at this point. See if we can pursue it or not. We have to have approval from the commission. I talked to Chad the other day, and he said, whatever we do, I'll do it. And we want, and part of that doesn't mean like, if we do that, their truck is big, their brush truck to be replaced, we want them to be in on what options they want. Maybe they want this exactly like what we're getting, then we just put it on a request, which we call the Christmas list request list. We want 500 gallons, we want dually, we want single cab, keep it that way, go that route. But we'll do it.
So you need a motion to send this language out?
So what I would need is a motion that, you guys, all in favor of us pursuing, this grant by survey or this grant. Don't have a grant name on what I don't have. And then I have to have a signature from one from the chairman from the Cheyenne County Commission, when I return this into the lady, and then she can start in on it. Essentially, because I've already got her, she needed a county map of how our districts are broken out. She's got her county map, she has our Excel list of occupied housing units, which came out to 573 housing units in the targeted area, which is us and Berkeley's area of coverage. So I mean, we've got that much to her. This is where we're at next, is this scenario. I do believe this will be a 20, this will be 27, maybe a expense kind of deal, depending on how the bids come back and build, and time frame to build, stuff like that. It'd be at least a year out on one, and not, it could be 18 months or something. I don't know.
Heard all that, Teresa? I so moved.
Oh. Well, I have that the fire department would apply for a CDBG grant application with the survey of family income status.
Now, when you survey the houses, what is that?
So essentially, we would just, if, let's say your house was fixed, we would come to you, and we would give our, explanation of why we're there, what we're pursuing, and then we would have you fill this out, is what it is. Yeah, and it's confidential, and then once you fill it out, we'll send it down to them, and they have it, and they work back after that, is what it is. And then, so the grant is based upon, there's an income threshold that we have to fit under to do it, is what we're at. Like I said, if we put it in this year, and obviously, let's say that, you're above that threshold, doesn't mean we can't reapply. We can hit this again next January and start it again, is what it is.
I'll second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to, let the firemen do apply for the Kansas CDBG program for the LMI sample survey. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye, all opposed? Which one do you want to decide?
This one here has our list of houses on it, so if I can maybe sign that sheet, or send that.
So you try to pick them up that day that you give it to them?
Yeah, it's one of those.
They mail them in.
Well, what we're gonna do is, like I said, we'd come there, we'd have to do it, and we would put your survey back into a sealed envelope, and none of us would see it, and then once we get them all, we send them down to her, what it is. So like I said, we have to have everything turned in by March first. They do the reviews in March, that's when they start in all these projects. But it's gonna take me probably 10 days to get your whole profile put together. So then she goes, if you can get this part done, she goes, I'll submit it today to them, so we can start in Monday and get you, so we can pull our random, 200 names, we need to get pictures of the trucks that we want to replace. And then we also present any, downtime that truck has cost us, the expenses we've had in that truck, so I mean, we've got, kinda got a list of things to go through. But it's one of those, we gotta have, we've talked about it in our department, and everybody's on board, if we ask them to jump, they'll jump, essentially.
And you guys pick the houses?
No, it's all random, they pick them. Yep, like, so they have an Excel document that has 573 names on it, and they will randomly, however they do it, generate a random 200 houses. Is what it is. Like I said, I'm hoping we get 200 houses, I'm hoping every 200 house will comply, and we fill it out. But that's, she said, if you don't get that, then we might have to get more, and so it's kinda like, all right, let's start in and get going on this. To start in, so.
Congratulations, Jeff, Dave. That was a tough one, crossing the river.
We'll move along, that's my thought.
I want to tell you guys about